Well, greetings, Christmas greetings. We have entered the Christmas season, and that is a marvelous thing. And so let me just read a couple of verses, 3 verses from the beginning of Matthew's Gospel, the beginning of our New Testament. And they're not verses that we usually spend a lot of time reading, but they're simple. It goes like this. Verse 1 of chapter 1. The book of the genealogy of Jesus the Messiah, son of David, son of Abraham. And then he proceeds to tell you how that genealogy goes. Abraham fathered Isaac, and Isaac fathered Jacob. Jacob fathered Judah and his brothers, all 12 of them. And then further down, at the end of the genealogy, it says, and Jacob, that is a different Jacob, further down, his name became famous. And so there were lots of Jacobs in that line. Jacob fathered Joseph, the husband of Mary, or Miriam, from whom was born Jesus, who is called the Messiah. And what strikes me about that, as I read that for the how manyth time in a row, is that it's a family story. It's a family story, and the story of Mary and Joseph is that they had this baby in a stable. Jesus was born in a stable because they were poor, and they had to go for a census, and they had to pay taxes, as poor people do, and it just sounds like every other family story. You know, we all have a family story, and it's strange, and it's weird, and it's just sort of plain and unremarkable at some points, and then crazy at others. So he's born in a stable, and then later these amazing people bring great gifts to the baby. Or maybe he's 2 years old or so by then. And then very soon after the gifts, they have to run for their lives, and they go live in another country for a few years until it's safe to come back. So God entered a family. And he entered a family story. He didn't adjust the story. The story kind of changed because of who he was, but he didn't make it easy for himself. I'm in a family. You're in a family of some kind or another, even if you don't like them or never talk to them. You have a family story. And God is very familiar with a difficult family story. And the miracle is that because of Jesus, because of this baby and what he did, God enters your family story. If you know him, if you are a follower of the way, God enters your family story. And I hope that it's not as terrifying as Jesus' birth story is. But whatever it is, stop this Christmas as we enter this time. Stop and be with your family, or whatever family you can. And if you have gifts, if you give gifts, if you receive them, be reminded of grace. Grace means gift. And remember that grace, gift, is God giving us a gift that is unsurpassed in all of heaven and earth. And our response is, when we receive a gift like that, is that, oh my, that's too much. But really, if we get an amazing gift from our parent, say our Father in heaven, then we don't feel like we have to pay it back because we know we can't, you see. So join us this coming Sunday as we celebrate Christmas, and then the next Thursday as we join together at 5 o'clock in front of the church outside and sing some Christmas carols and read some passages for half an hour or so. We'll gather together at 5 o'clock, and Pastor Dave will lead us, and we will enter that silent but marvelous joy of Christmas. So I'll see you this Sunday as we share our time together, and may God bless you this week.